Hey there, Amanda. How's it going? This is your How to Plant by Andrew Rathie. So the most important part about planting is your feet and your stance when you plant in the tree. So when you go to plant, your basic stance is you want both feet pointing forward. You want them roughly shoulder width apart, and you're slightly staggered. So you can see sort of my stagger in my stance, and that is your basic planting stance. Lets you reach down really nicely and plant your tree. So moving on from that, we're going to go into the strike while in our stance. So if you're in your stance and you got your shovel, you want to dribble it like a basketball. So keeping your hand open while you strike. So if it's coming down, my hand lands really nice and open. If it's not quite deep enough, you can just give it a kick and get it as deep as you like. The position of your strike is really important within your stance. So if I'm standing here, I want my strike to land right inside my back heel. And that way you're going to be really balanced when you go to plant your tree. So if I come down, boom, push it in, and that's where I want to be in my stance, and that's where I want to have my shovel. It's right in line with my back heel. Alrighty, so we're going to go on to opening the hole. So Ryan, you want to come over here?
Yep. That's close to me here.
Approach from the front, I guess? Yeah, perfect. So my stance, got some nice soil right here. I'm doing my shovel strike. Boom, it's coming in like that. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna push forward on my shovel blade. So I'm pushing forward, and that's gonna pop up this ground right here. And then I wanna pull back on it. So I'm pulling back past my back heel. So you can see how the blade comes out this way, past my sort of back ankle. That really opens a nice square. And so if I take my shovel out, you can see sort of like the nice big square hole it makes. So shovel's in, boom, boom, and that's how I open my hole. So put that back in. Grabbing a tree to move forward. This is the most important part of planting. You're gonna hold your hand open like this. You're gonna put the roots, so for our demonstration, this is the pod, and it's just the roots of the tree. And this is our tree, and this is called our bottom lateral. And so you'll know what those are sort of when you come out. So you're gonna hold it like this. You never, ever, ever want your roots to be past your fingers. If you're like this, you're gonna plant a J-root, and you're gonna ruin the bottom of your tree. And you're gonna get in a ton of trouble if you do it. So always hold your tree flat against your hand with your thumb against your pod, and the root tip sort of not past your fingertips. So if we approach our tree again and we go for our plant, we're stepping up. We got our nice stance, our base, feet are pointed forward. Shovel comes in line with our heel. We're gonna push the shovel forward, pull it back past, and then we got the blade of the shovel right here, this metal part. You can see that. You put the root tip directly against the shovel and lay your hand flat. So if you just like take your hand away, you can see sort of how the tree would lay against the shovel, and your hand's just flat against that. As you bring your shovel up, you push your tree into the ground, take your shovel out, and then close the hole. So to properly close a hole, how we're gonna do it, we got our tree, we're open, put our tree in the ground, we've taken our shovel out, and you can see how we have these two mounds beside our shovel on each side of how we open that hole. So if you just take a punch and push it in, it's got a perfect close every time. Your tree's gonna stay nice and straight because it's gonna rest against this back, and so it's gonna be right in there. Yeah, it's the basics of tree planting.